I think I think what will happen is that as the pastor, I think the church will have to see him win people himself first, and that becomes a contagious thing that begins to affect them. Uh, I think we've all alluded to home Bible studies. Um, I got to really thinking about this the other day that the people who I have won, the people who have become the most impacting saints as a result of whatever ministry I put into them are people who I taught a home Bible study to. And that being said, now I find myself kind of in a pastoral reboot situation for me that I really have come to the conclusion I need to probably spend less time preparing to preach or teach polished sermons, if I do that anyway, and I need to spend more of my time in getting to the field and teaching the 5 or 6 or 7 home Bible studies a week, because you win a few people, and boy, it changes the culture and the climate of a church in an incredible way, and does it very, very quickly. So it becomes kind of more osmosis as you begin to teach home Bible studies, or you begin to do follow-up visitation. You always take somebody with you. You let some of the people you inherited as a pastor be constantly participating in the processes. They watch you in the way that you do it, and it begins to rub off on them. They begin to see this. They begin to say, you know what, pastor's not, this isn't brain surgery, nor is it going and speaking in tongues and giving office. This I can do this. I mean, I really can. I can do this, and that's what works. The other thing I want to toss in along that line is I think for all of us, and this is especially true for somebody that is trying to grow a church that has been stuck or is planting a new church, the gold is in your prospects, and you have to be constantly building a prospect list and building a prospect file, and then figuring out how do I stay in touch with them? How do I reconnect? How do I follow through? I have a fellow that is on my prospect list that when I first came into this pastoral situation, I sent him a card, give me a call. I kind of lost touch with him. Well, I'm driving down the road probably 2 months after I sent the card. He calls me, and we have a good conversation. Well, I don't see anything of him. He tells me I'm going to come to church. Well, I don't see anything, but probably 3 months later, he shows up on a Sunday night. He's been 3 out of the last 5 Sundays. Today had coffee with him rather. So it's that constant. You got to grow the pool. You've got to, and what I see a lot of times is particularly pastors in kind of situations that are stuck. They get to focusing on what's in that building in front of them, and they're not growing their pool of influence in the community. You've got to get acquainted with people outside that church and win some new people. And when you win some new people, it becomes contagious, and your people begin to expect that to happen. Amen.
Hello, my name is Hugh Plackett, and welcome to Finish Line Planning, where we help pastors who are undertaking church growth alone. It is my goal to assist pastors and lay leaders like you to optimize your growth potential in an environment of minimal time and staff. 60% of churches in North America operate with less than 100 members. Most of them require a bivocational pastor. Undertaking church growth alone can be challenging, and we're here to help. To maximize our resources and videos, we partner with church growth leaders like Carlton Coon, Tim Massengale, Dr. Eugene Wilson, Gary Elias, Dan Kyle, Calvin Jean, and others. To make the most of this opportunity for your ministry, church, and community, click the subscribe button here.